With the rising player count and rumors of Deadlock being open beta in the summer, we have a lot of people get their hands on Deadlock, and with no real instructions on how to improve. That's where I come in. I've been playing the game since 2024, and I've been through all the changes that's been happening. I'm going to be making a video very easy digestible as possible, and I don't want to overwhelm you with information, but I'll try to lead you in the right direction. Level 1 is character select. This is the start of the game, where it's a good thing to understand and look through the character select. The good thing about it is no two characters play the same. So as long as you play Deadlock and you experiment with different characters, you're going to see that. So the best ways I can categorize it is I can help you see in the right direction. If you're looking to be a hard carry, damage character, I would look for Infernus, Wraith, or Haze would be a great pick. If you're more of the tank role, Billy, Abrams, and Dynamar are your go-to. Support players and healers that play in the backline, I would recommend Paige, Rem, or even Celeste. Assassin-like roles, if you play like an assassin or roaming kind of role, would be Drifter, Lash, or Holiday. Now, these are just the basic outlines of what to pick, and I would definitely recommend you just still trying it out and trying different characters. Now, I just want to also emphasize that there are some characters that play somewhat of a hybrid role. Some might be a support / tank, some might be a hard carry / assassin, and some of them, such as Warden, Viper, and Doorman, kind of take that role. But I would definitely look into it and play a few games to see. Level 2 is laning. Laning is super important. It's basically the first 10 minutes of the game. You're just laning, farming up souls, and just gaining items. Now, some people are going to get a little confused on how to do this, and the best way I would say this is there's a lot of ways to farm souls. Yes, you can kill the other enemy, or you can do the objective, but while you're just laning going back and forth, there's other ways. There's the sinners, there's the lanes, or the minions, of course, there's boxes, and there's a jungle. Every lane has their own way. Each timer, depends on how much it comes in, gives a different soul. The order I would follow would be minions, you hit the boxes, jungle, and then sinners. Reason is, that's the most common you're going to go into. Sinners only spawn every few minutes, minions are always very often, and boxes are all over the map. On top of that, jungle, there is such a big map that jungle and minions in the jungle wave, they're everywhere, so it's easy to get by. But it's always good to have a good pathing and really try to memorize the map. Countering. Now, this seems a little bit vague, but I want to emphasize this a little bit. Countering is the best way to go against somebody that specializes in different abilities. So, for example, Vindicta or Talon, they are always in the air, and it's kind of hard to hit them or use any abilities while they're high in the air. So some things you would do is you buy knockdown. Try to bring them down to your level so then you can have a fair one-on-one, or if you're chasing them, be easier to chase them down. Now, if you're going against someone who has a lot of lifesteal and is really good at healing, I would recommend either Healbane or Toxic Bullets to counter them. This suppresses their healing and also helps you in the team fights. Now, I would also advise to really look into the items and to understand that some items are really good compared with other items, and they also mesh well together. So definitely take the time and really understand items and how to counter other characters. It's really important to understand that countering is really a big core of the game, and as soon as you start knowing how to counter the other team, the game gets a lot easier. Mid-boss. Now, this is a little bit of a smaller portion of the level, but I want to emphasize this. The mid-boss, in the name, is a boss in the middle of the basement of the map. Killing it drops a Rejuvenator. After you punch it 3 times, it gives you 3 rejuves. Now, why am I making this important? That is that it will change the tide of the game. Big team fights could happen where people could steal it and turn the game on its head. You could also be helpless in the game. It looks like you're far behind, you're 20k souls down as a team, but with the rejuve, it brings you back up, and then you also get a second life. So it's super important to understanding when to do the mid fight, and capitalizing on it could really help the team fight. Movement. So the reason why this is level 5 in so high is because it's such an important role. The reason is it's a knowledge gap, basically. There's so many different ways to do movements within the map, and there are so many characters that actually help you and make movement such a crazy thing. There's vents within the maps that also help you move around the map so much. There's items that help you move faster and do more dashes in the air. There are some techs that would be really cool to know. For example, when you slide, in that motion, you have infinite bullets. You are able to jump off a wall that costs 0 bars of stamina, so that can cause a lot of different maneuvers to either escape or reach the enemy. When you climb and instantly press the crouch button, you could slide instantly. So, as soon as you do in the climbing animation, press crouch, you start sliding infinitely. So these are the basic movement techs, but of course, playing around, going in the sandbox, and just playing around with the movements really does help. I would say, honestly, it's 30% of the game. If you're able to master movement, the game gets a lot easier, and you're pathing throughout the map, jungling and ganking is super easy. Now, level 6 is Earn. Now, this is also a smaller portion, but has significant impact in the game. The reason I bring this up is the Earn is an objective, where you take it from one side of the map to the other. And the reason I'm saying this is because when you bring the Earn to one side or the other, you get souls, up to 5k of souls from one Earn. There's a caveat to this. If your team is 10% behind in souls compared to the other team, the soul location is actually on your side of the map. So it makes it easier for a comeback Earn. This is really important because when it comes to Earns, it really helps the team bring back the morale. Either it helps you get an extra item, or it helps with boosts and helps you with levels and gets another tier when it comes to an ability. It's super understanding to know when to do Earn and to fight in a team fight. And the final thing is pathing. Okay, hear me out. I've been saying about pathing and movement and all that, but it really is, in my opinion, the most important role in Deadlock. The reason I say pathing is so important is there are so many ways to maneuver around the map. You can go underneath, you can go above in this roofs, you can go different areas within the maps. I think the reason why I'm saying level 7 in pathing is due to the fact that it's super important because you are able to either gank, you're able to deliver Earn, doing the mid boss super quickly and escaping afterwards is super important. So knowing the map like the back of your hand and understanding where to go and how to move within the map, such as pathing and really moving around, also does help. Now, I might get a lot of comments in the below saying that I might be wrong, but I do really think pathing is super important. And you can't just go from one side to the other. Maneuvering through the map actually is important. Knowing which areas is quicker, which one takes longer, and not just going all the way around to spawn and then hitting the Earn. You actually moving around the map really does help. And that's 7 levels. Now, again, everyone has their own opinion on what's difficult, what's not difficult, but my important rule is you need to understand and play the game. You're not going to get it the first couple games. You might not get it the first 100 games, but I say keep playing the game. The game is ever growing and ever changing. As long as you play it and really understand and go into the mindset that you want to learn more about the game, it's only going to make you better. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want more content like this or any type of other content, let me know in the comments down below, and goodbye.